All right, let's talk about school reports. So sometimes they're terrifying because, oh gosh, my kid did that? Oh no, really? But sometimes they're just confusing because you're like, my kid is the greatest kid in the world? What? He's so thoughtful, kind, takes care of others, listens, stops when you ask him to. Wait a minute. I'm so sorry. Did you realize we are your 310 on Tuesday? Huh. Sometimes it does feel that way, doesn't it? And it's not that we don't love our kid or think they're amazing, but there's all sorts of behaviors that show up at home that sometimes don't show up at school. And then you're like, why? Well, sometimes people tell parents, hey, that's because they feel safest at home. So they allow themselves to work out all their stuff at home. And I think there's a truth to that. I think it's also that different environments bring out different behaviors. And the relationship that they have with a sibling doesn't necessarily translate to the relationship they have with their peers. Let's be real. When kids are out in the world, they're on their own turf. Even if it's school, it's not that they own the school, but like this is their life. They know they're the one in charge. Now, let's take a moment and think about this. And I'm going to give you like a parent metaphor that might make a lot of sense to you. So, for those of you who do have a partner, do you know how sometimes your partner is gone for a week? And before they go away, you're like, wait a minute, you can't go. Do you realize how much needs to happen? I don't know if I can handle this. And then they go, and you're like, huh, everything's so much easier. It's like we fought less. Everything got done easier. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love you. I want you to come home. And by the way, come home and do the dishes because I'm tired. But hey, there was something weird that happened. Well, part of that was we stepped up. We knew there was no one else to catch us. We knew there was no one else we could blame something on or wait for them to do it. We knew we were 100% responsible, 100% on. And that changed how we handle things. This is, I believe, what happens for our kids often when they go to school. This is their life. There is no one there to catch them. They step up. They show up in new and different ways. And then they come home and they know, oh, okay, I don't have to work that hard. Now, does that mean that they should work that hard in both places? Well, kind of, right? Like, it's nice to be able to be our best selves all the time. But sometimes our rest days are what allow our training days. So it's natural. It's normal. And yes, that teacher knows that you are there for Tuesday at 3:10. And this is your kid they're talking about. And enjoy it because this is your kid when they're on their own turf, on their own time, being their best self. And all of the mess that happens at home, that's where they're resting so that they can train hard on those days out in the world. Be proud. And now, for those of you who don't have a partner, of course, there are going to be times where you just feel like, dude, I'm on all the time. And so if all of a sudden it's a work day and you just can't bring yourself to work, or you find yourself just staring out into space, seemingly unable to think a single thought, now you know why. You just need rest time too. We all do. So do your best to build in the times that you too can find off days, rest moments, even if it's just going to the bathroom. And yes, that's why you hide out in your car or your bathroom. You're just looking for that place to decompress. Now you know the value of what you're offering your child.